Question that I have is that what are the solutions in regards to dealing with these issues? A lot of our leaders tend to not bridge with the future, which is the youth, and we need to be able to bring forth a positive element that's going to be able to make sure that these individuals can understand sustainability, self-sustainability. The thing is that the future brings forth a positive outcome where we can be able to give the right elements for them to be able to become leaders of tomorrow. The most unfortunate thing is that time and time again, we tend to deal with the obstacles, and we have to prove ourselves that we are earners. What can we do to be able to prove to these people, our elders, that we have not only the ability but the tenacity to be able to make sure that we can become the future?
How can you, when you say young people need to talk to, we need to speak to young people in a way that's more appropriate for them to understand. I think young people are very intelligent. The problem is that there are a lot of young people who don't want to listen to adults. We face, that is an issue that young people need to start to face, that they also have to respect and listen to adults. I did not listen to my mother a lot, which is how I got a baby at 18. Which is why I faced so many obstacles in my life trying to raise my son and do all the things that I need to do. And now he's 8 years old and I'm traveling the world, and it's very difficult for me. Because as a mother, I'm constantly worried about what's happening to my child and on the phone, and he's sick and I'm in California, trying to do good for other people, but sometimes it slips and falls at home. So there has to be a balance between young people respecting the perspectives of adults and adults respecting the perspectives of young people. And if we work together, if we have a communal environment, then we'll be able to get further. The trouble is that even though young people are intelligent and you know a lot, you understand more than what most people give you credit for, the trouble is that they don't know everything. And that adults do have to talk to each other and figure out ways to work things out that young people cannot, like I said earlier, young people cannot necessarily be a part of the decency initiative because of the fact that it is working with legislation and all that. But one thing we can do is stop calling ourselves niggas. If we stop that, then we will be able to say to other people, we are involved in the campaign to stop calling ourselves names, to stop degrading ourselves, and then we can have more power and control in how other people treat us. But again, I agree very much so with Brother Slick Rick that the young people, they want to have a good time. They want to have, and they should, because I missed a lot of having a good time at 18 with a little baby.
It is not that easy.
Let me just ask something out a second. I just want to ask one question, and I'm going to let you interject.
And that's how we can be helpful as legislators to tell those companies, you know what, it's time out for that.
Okay, so by show of hands, how many people in this audience believe that that these companies should have pension fund money, state money invested in gangster hip hop rap music? How many of you think that they shouldn't have that involved? Raise your hand. Should not. Should not. Should the state have money invested in this rap music, this gangster rap? Raise your hand if you don't think they should. It's your money. Okay, so you're speaking because this brother here, he's representing you guys, and he's taking that word back to Napoli, who is the comptroller, and he's saying that New York State pension fund money should not be invested in this garbage. And you guys got to do something about it. The comptroller is an elected official, so you can vote him in and out of office, and you have a lot of power, and Senator Thompson here is asking your help to use that power. Don't be complaining. See, all this complaining, he's bringing you a solution to the problem. Now, what are you going to do to get behind him to implement that solution? That's what it's about.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. A couple things. One, in case any of the young people don't understand what the state pension fund means, to make sure that, like you said, we got to speak to young people. It means that your grandmother who works and puts her money into a retirement fund, or your mother is investing in you being called the N word, the B word, and H word. That's what it means. It means that your hard working dollars are being put into an industry that does not respect you. Sister, oh, here's you. I just wanted to say, I heard you say that you don't see a lot of, well, the sister said that she doesn't see a lot of people protesting or going to these record companies. We've been doing that at the National Action Network, other organizations. I know this brother, Damian Walters, was just here and gave out this is enough, stop the negativity flyer. People are protesting. The problem is that you all will hear about it and won't show up. And so if you want to make a change, that's how you make a change. You got to take an hour out of your day, show up to a place where you know people like us are out there. They see us coming all the time. They know Reverend Sharpton's coming. But when we went to Gina, Louisiana and packed the streets with thousands and thousands of young people, that's when we got Michael Bell out of jail. So if you all don't show up, then we look as though we're not really supporting anyone. And to make sure that we understand how the artists can be a part of that, it is true. James Brown did have drug issues, and a lot of our artists have. However, they involved themselves in the demonstrations and the protests to help better our communities. Our artists have gotten too far away from supporting us. They'll go out and give a little money to Katrina or do a concert to support different efforts, and this is all what the people that own the record labels are telling them that they need to do, but they do not show up to certain places when the fight is hard, when the people don't like what we're saying. Police brutality, we marched for Sean Bell. Papoose was the only artist that showed up and marched with us that day, and I have to give that brother credit. But too many of our artists do not show up because they don't want to be seen. And their thing is, well, I'm not with Al Sharpton because I don't like whatever. Okay, start your own movement, and I'll come and support you on that day. They're not doing anything. So our artists are responsible. And my last point, I'm shut up. In terms of the slavery thing, someone said that, and I'm glad you brought it up, about Sambo and the movies. It is exactly the same thing right now. The slave masters, when they used to sell women, their slave women, during slavery time, they would say, you guys can come over and see my bitches. They called us these words, they sold us this way, and they're doing the same thing now. But the only thing is, as we had house Negroes back then, we got house Negroes now, who are these artists and the black people who are running A&R and all of that. They're getting a paycheck, and that is nothing new for Negroes to sell us out. Negroes sold Negroes into slavery. And so that's what we're doing right now. The black people, you see the Condoleezas and all these people, they're house Negroes and they're being paid to sell us out. But unless we support those leaders who are willing to go out there and get stabbed, get shot, and do what they got to do to support us, then we'll never get past this. So I'm asking all of y'all, when people say talk to young people, I am a young person. I'm 27 years old, and I'm appealing to other young people and adults to come together and show up when you know that black people are out there fighting for you.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, Senator Thompson has one quick note to add.
Yeah, let me just add this quick note. I want to put a dollar number on it. The state of New York, right now, as we speak, has over $2 billion invested in the entertainment industry. Over $2 billion. We project that in all the 50 states, there's over $100 billion that's invested in movie, videos, and record companies across the country. So this is serious. So when you say, can we impact it? Can we help our artists so they can be creative, but at the same time not disrespect us? Yes. If you're a student, write me a letter. I live in New York City or wherever you live, a part of the state. Send me a letter anyway. Because you know what? A letter to a legislator is worth 1,000 speeches. Never, if it's handwritten, it don't even matter. Send a letter to somebody. Because you know what? If they work the fact of being in office, they'll respond to you. Because that's important. You have power. Every here today, just imagine if everybody on this side of the room said, you know what, on Tuesday, we're going to write our council people, my town board member, the governor, Tom DiNapoli, every member of the Assembly and the Senate, and we're going to start an email writing campaign. The same way you go on MySpace and all those other things, and you're going to put up, create your own blog, and say we're going to clean up we're going to start clean up the hip hop blog. And everybody, I'm going to give you everybody's email that's in local government and state government. It can happen that easy. Yes, sir. Young people have always been at the forefront of change. Young people have always. The civil rights movement, you know, how old was Dr. King when he got involved? 26. 26. There were people who were 15, 14 walking. So young people, we can't do this without you all. There are some meetings that the adults have to be at, and there's some meetings that all of us got to be at. But it can happen if y'all wanted to make it happen. That easy.